the NCAA this season, the top scoring team of all time for UCCS. Aggressive School of Mines squad. You can see the clouds are building up. We were in the start of the match. We may be at that same point with the wind and the shade starting to feel a bit cooler on this mid-November afternoon in Colorado Springs. Sawagid comes out of that mix with those all the way across the pitch and out for an ore digger throw. We are now in the 13th minute. Esterly just pops it back toward net. No danger there. Mooney easily able to collect that to try to start the ore diggers back. I would characterize this ore digger attack similar to how I described Sawagid. Very opportunistic. And now Fisher, a bit too hard of a hit along the touchline. The clock is being allowed to run during this discussion. That's center referee Megan McCain controlling things today. Let's not run that entire time, just a discussion. But Fisher on notice. Barnhart steps up again. Puts it toward the top of the 18. Esterly there first, heads it out onto the foot of Hopcroft. Hopcroft sends it where Muir ahead for Sanders. Sanders slows it down, ready to take the one-on-one and then distribute it ahead for the overlap to Muir. Muir down the far touchline, looks for the cross, drives it low, right toward net. Mooney up to that task. Number one team in the nation, generating a lot of press attention and a lot of fan attention in Colorado Springs. The last few weeks, virtually nowhere can you go without having a discussion about what the Mountain Lions are doing. Obviously, School of Mines in Golden gets a lot of attention, but they get lost in the large market of Denver and all of the sports up there. This is huge news in Colorado Springs. Obviously also home to a couple of D1 schools. United States Air Force Academy. On the women's D1 soccer side, Colorado College, who historically has also had a top D1 men's hockey side. So this is in Olympic City, USA. The U.S. Olympic Committee headquarters are in Colorado Springs. Sports, a big thing in Colorado Springs, and that's why the locals are giving a lot of love to the Mountain Lions this season. Another fun fact for those of you look for reasons to think that edge goes to ore diggers. The ore diggers have never lost on this pitch. If you're looking for a counter fact as to the edge go to the Mountain Lions have never lost a playoff RMAC or NCAA on this pitch. So the ball goes out just on the goal line side of the flag, so it'll be another corner kick for the Mountain Lions. Sanders goes down to take it. So it'll be a goal kick for Mooney. Still 28 minutes to go until halftime, but let us tell you what's coming up at half. Chris Graham, commissioner of the RMAC, scheduled to come over to our broadcast position and share some of his thoughts with us on this year's tournament and some of the things coming up for the RMAC. UCCS now Jade Kinsey with possession, no pressure, just chooses to send it back to Swift. Swift surveys the field and decides to just give it right back to Kinsey. The freshman pushes it up ahead, headed away by School of Mines, and Muir intercepts that. Muir drops it down to Hopcroft. Hopcroft makes the cut in, looking to draw it back, sends it ahead, give and go. Muir looks for the acute angle shot, and that goes out for the goal kick. Actually, it went over the touchline. just on the touchline side of the flag, so it's an Ordigger throw deep in their defensive third. That's going to come to the top of the 18. Lanham gets there first for the Mountain Lions. She's immediately marked, so she has to turn back, and it comes to the back line to Esterly. Esterly makes one move, steps forward, drives it in low, can't connect. That was Barnhart who cleared that out. Right on the foul line. Hopcroft comes up lane. Mentioned she's coming back from ACL surgery. Hopefully it's nothing. The knee has stayed in good shape all season long. She worked hard last year to get it back in shape. Now we have one of our first subs of the afternoon. Coming into the match, Audrey Shin. She immediately comes to the near side and to her teammates saying, I want the ball. Here's where I want it. This should be a good matchup between Shin and Esterly. Both good vertical lead, both eyes. Jaden Davis on the throw for Mountain Lions, gets it into Lanham. Lanham then sends it over far side for Kinsey. Kinsey stops, back to the center for Lanham. Through the circle, keeps it on the ground. Give and go, collision, no call, Mills up the loose ball, taken off stride briefly, but stays with it. Now Mills tries to make the turn to set up the cross. She does so, but that is deflected out by Turnabin, and another UCCS center kick coming up. Defense first for the Ordiggers. You can see space closes quickly in this match. So also at halftime, in addition to Chris Graham, as we get ready to start the second half and into the early minutes, I will take you through my South Central Region bracketology. The season in this 19-0 run, the Mountain Lions have only been behind 34 minutes the entire season. And those 34 minutes were to these Ordiggers up in Golden. Ordiggers scored a 17th minute goal on a PK in that regular season match. They had the 1-0 lead until early in the second half when the Mountain Lions tied it, and then the Mountain Lions won it early in the second overtime. Once again, Mountain Lions try to drop it down over the back line, and the Ordigger back line up to the task. Now that's Fisher who gets there first. The slide tackle from Tornabin doesn't work, and staying on it was Fisher, but then it goes over the crossbar. So that'll be a goal kick. So again, you can see balls coming to the near side have some extra steam on them with this ever-increasing crosswind we have here in Colorado Springs coming off of the Front Range. Getting there first was Kinsey. She put it right into Peterson, and for a moment the Ordiggers had it, but give it right back up to the Mountain Lions. Muir touches it inside for Mills, and her first touch fails her, and it'll be a throw-in on the far sideline for the Ordiggers. We hope you're enjoying this broadcast along the RMAC Sports Network. We remind you to catch all of your favorite RMAC teams on the RMAC Network, powered by Stretch Internet at rmacsports.tv. RMAC Network is also available for download on Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Roku, and Android TV. And once again, thank the kind folks at UCCS Services. While Tanner Sanders has a chance, it goes off of the crossbar. It did not come out over the goal line. That was close. And now the referee blows the whistle. Is there going to be a second? We do have video review. Little did I know. The clock is stopped. Well, that's good to know that we have video review. And that is allowable in the NCAA. And what the official is looking for, if the crossbar over the goal line before back out, then that would be, if any edge ball is touching any part of the goal line, then it remains in play. So that's exciting. That's my first one in college soccer with the review symbol. And it is deemed no goal. We're going to have to find this one out. Was there quality enough for you that she could look up that it wasn't, or the video was there? Well, this is fun. As that rocketed off of the underside of the crossbar. So a lot of excitement midway through the first half. But we are back to play. Brought near side again for Esterly. Esterly with a bit of space. So she starts seeing what her teammates will give her. And it wasn't much. That was broken up by the Orediggers, and the Orediggers have a quick 3-on-2 counter if they hurry. And that was Shin called for the foul, and it'll be a UCCS direct kick. Molly Swift, the freshman, takes it, chooses to go short to Samuels. Samuels up to Muir. Muir pushes it inside for Mills. Mills continues the distribution. That was ahead for Fisher, broken up and taking a hard fall and a trip. That was Barnhart who took the hit. I think the referee is saying position. Obviously they want it. La Tourette can't get there. And now UCCS subs come in. For those of you that are somewhat new to the college game and getting interested this time of year, in the first half in the NCAA, there is no re-entry, so once you are subbed out in the first half, you cannot return. Everybody gets a clean slate starting the second half, and you are permitted one re-entry in the second half. Clock continues to run. Freshman Taya Schubert, one of the players back in for the Mountain Lions. She missed last weekend's first two rounds of the tournament with concussion protocol, and she is cleared. Shin complaining loudly in front of us. She thinks she is being muscled off of the ball illegally. She's not getting the call. Samuel steps out, and not sure if you could hear it, but we could. Her boot was clipped. Noticeable call, and UCCS will get a kick from deep in their own end. Kinsey just chooses to go short. Mitzi Ramirez, number 21, now playing midfield for the Mountain Lions. She's a set play specialist for the UCCS squad. So in these final 18 minutes, should UCCS get a direct kick opportunity, it's likely you'll see Ramirez on the ball. Throw in for the Orediggers. Deep in their own end. Bit of pinball along the touchline. Quick start for the Orediggers as they try to catch the Mountain Lions in transition. Shin with it on the far side. Tries to push it ahead. Can't connect, and then just sends that back out into a neutral area. Caitlin Hinkle, another of the quality freshmen on this UCCS side, with the headband on the ball. Back to Kate Esterly. Esterly out to Davis. Davis makes the approach, keeps it on the ground. Sims no call. Ramirez distributes side, broken up nicely by the Orediggers, and they just send it up the near touchline, coming right toward our broadcast table, and that goes out for a cutting through is Schubert. Schubert will not get there before it goes out for the goal kick. So we are now in the 29th minute. Scoreless soccer here at Mountain Lions Stadium. 2019 RMAC Women's Championship. 0-0. And that was Lanham coming through trying to play the ball, but she ran through an Ordigger, and center referee McCain. Actually, it looks like they're both smiling, so that sounds like that might have been a humorous exchange. I really don't think Lanham saw the Ordigger. She was playing the ball. And they blow the whistle. The ball was set a couple of yards too forward of where the foul was. So you have the officials doing a good job communicating with one another. Our assistant referees today, incidentally, are Andrea Jones and Lauren Parliament. And the fourth official today, Luke Wakefield, over by the substitution table. Foot race, Shin, Kinsey knocks it out, but on the touchline side of the flag, it'll be a throw. Throw is best for the Ordigers, so her throw is a lot like corner kicks. So ready for this well, there's the throw. Popped a little more than she wanted. Went off ahead, and you saw my Swift off ball was over the goal line, not on net, but smart by Swift, did not concede a corner kick. And then she was able to bring it to the top of the 18 and distribute it. And you see the Ordigers are reading a UCCS. They don't get caught in transition by this powerful squad that has scored 66 goals on the season. And now the Ordigers trying to counter back, not enough runners. And that was she looked opportunity. Good opportunity in for Lotte, just a little bit too far for her outstretched boot. Dangerous, and that's the one susceptibility that this Mountains has. The attack-minded offense, they put the back line into the attack, and if they get caught with just two defenders, and almost on cue, Peterson comes in, is knocked down by two players, no ball. So considered a legal shoulder charge. She went down on her own. Zoe Sims gets there first for the Mountain Lions, pushes it to the back line, and now the distribution out to the left side to Muir. Muir is able to keep in play. Challenge, far side. Zoe Sims gets there first, makes one touch through the defender. Now comes to Mitzi Ramirez. Bring across Esterly into space. Now looks to distribute to the left side. That's not going to have enough angle. Mooney saw that coming. And that could have been a case of the wind holding it up a bit, preventing it from going all the way across. Loose ball midfield. Schubert and the Mountain Lions have it again. But broken up by the Ordigers, but right onto Lanham's foot. To Sims. Sims, not a high quality touch, so that forced Muir to go to ground. And again, Samuels with it, far side. That's settled at midfield. Nice turn, gets around traffic, but then just a weak shot. And Mooney able to collect that. Ordigers head back the other way. La Tourette. It's broken up along the touchline. That was Turnabin and Davis on the challenge. Davis now with the ball for UCCS. To Ramirez. She keeps it going square across the field for Samuels. Drops it back to Kinsey. Kinsey all alone if the Ordigers are able to get by. Ramirez comes back and gets it out to Esterly. Esterly now with about 10 yards of space. A retreating Ordiger squad gives her more space. Now she's able to distribute out to the right side, but that's going to be too far, too strong. Davis cannot get there. And it'll be a goal kick for the Ordigers.
Exactly. It's like Amy, I'm triggered over here. Center back doing scissors, no opposition.
We are in the 34-minute scoreless at Mountain Lions Stadium. RMAC champion match. Once again, coming up at halftime, Chris Graham, commissioner of the RMAC. And as we get ready to complete halftime and get into the early part of the second half, I'll walk you through the South Central Region bracketology and what you can possibly expect in the NCAA coming up late in the 18th, with a lot of squads around the country tuned in to see if they get one of the coveted 50 spots in the D2 Women's Tournament. Now, Mountain Lions have plenty of white jerseys back, but Ordigers are making a rush, and that is called over the line. A lot of players in front, and it'll be a goal kick for the Mountain Lions. The fans were breathlessly waiting for the flag, and once it was a goal kick for the Mountain Lions, earning that right with the undefeated RMAC. UCCS a couple of more substitutions. Nicolette Sandoval, another friend, comes in. And she's on the ball on cue. That's Brugman now. She normally gets a lot of touches. We haven't called her name this first half. It'll be interesting to see the halftime stats and how the possession reads. Candidly, there have been a lot of loose balls, and that is clearly a foul. And such a solid foul, that is going to be a card or just another discussion. So that's with Caitlin Hinkle and center referee Kane, as you can tell throughout this first half, as we're just under 10 minutes to play, for discussions over cards. See how that plays out in the second half. If cards start coming out. Sandoval maintains possession along our touch line. Back in, UCCS has some space, but there's about 3 Ordigger jerseys there, and it goes out for the goal kick. Foul, it's going to be on the ground. So back to the goal kick. So we're in the 7th minute. But you can see there's about 7 white jerseys back quickly. Shot from range, low, far post, and Swift saw that all the way and just lets it go out wide. But it was deflected by a Mountain Lion on the way through, so it will be a corner kick. The corner kick will be on the near corner, just about 20 yards away from our broadcast position. And no one from the Ordiggers was making their way, and now coming over to take it. Outside back, Mickey Hostetler, redshirt senior. Ordiggers have no one short, so this is going to be a pretty traditional goal or a corner kick. Comes in, far post, hooking, headed away by Esterly, stays in play, chipped in, headed out by Ramirez. Challenge at the top of the 18, ball pops out. Comes right back on to Hostetler's left foot. And a goal! UCCS had their arms raised as offside. It was not there, and the breakthrough comes to Colorado School of Mines. In front of us, we'll wait for the official call. That goal comes in the 38th minute, and once again, Mines takes the lead and gets up on the Mountain Lions. UCCS continuing to talk to the referee about the offside. And I've been a long-time coach at competitive levels. One of my pet peeves is raising the arm. You got to keep playing. You never know. Do not stop at the arm. And who knows whether that influenced the call, and the UCCS bench obviously upset. That's far side from our position. UCCS bench card, and I think specifically it was Cole Oren, one of the assistant coaches, with the card, obviously protesting a bit too much. UCCS bench definitely wanted the offside card. Player. So, would be don't go into a defensive posture too early. That would allow the Mountain Lions too much opportunity to get on the front foot and keep the pressure on. So play like you've been playing. Be opportunistic, which is what resulted in the goal. It all started with a corner kick and not a clean clear after about 2 or 3 chances by the Mountain Lions. And we still haven't heard the call from the press box. So hopefully we'll give you the exact scoring line at halftime when we get the report. For those of you that may be tracking on rmacsports.org and tracking the stats, they may have already posted who got the goal. That's always an option for you. Challenge. Ball loose. Blue jerseys on it. And just push it ahead. That's well too far ahead of the runner. Swift comes over, unable to keep it in play, so concedes a throw-in. It may have been wise to shield it and let it go out, but there's a case of what we were talking about where the UCCS squad, very attack-minded out of the back, with only one defender back there. Swift didn't want to get herself in a situation where she was out of goal and gave up possession. Ordiger shielded it nicely. Try to get the ball into Latourette, but Esther to break that up ahead, but Ordiger still on it. Good hesitation by Tornabin. Tornabin get around one-on-one. Tornabin tries to take line. Ball goes out, and the referee has called a PK. Foul on Esterly. Esterly down, right in pain. This is not a sign for the RMAC first team player. She was trying to shoulder the act out, went down hard. When we get back, 3 minutes and 52 seconds left, this is looking a lot like 18. Elliott Edwards, I don't know if she's been selected to take the PK. The way she's hovering around the penalty spot would indicate it might be hers to take, but we'll see. While the Mountain Lions are meeting and huddling inside their 18, the Ordigers make their way over to the touchline to get some hydration and some direction. When we get back to action, 3 minutes, 52 seconds left in the first half. Colorado School of Mines already ready to take PA lead. And at last season championship match, the Ordigers were up at halftime. And it is, in fact, Edwards. And it does look like Esterly is very close to even a foot going. Esterly went back down. Can't really tell. And they will have to play from behind without their stalwart center back, Kate Esterly. So Edwards on the goal. Obviously unassisted, 42nd minute, so those goals just 4 minutes apart. So a 0-0 challenge suddenly turns into a 2-0 lead for the Ordigers. That briefly deflected as Sawaged tried to clear it, went off of a Mountain Lion, ball loose. Mooney comes out to sweep up the loose ball and then just distribute it with a throw out to the right side as the Ordigers try to counter. It goes out for a UCCS throw. Just under 3 minutes remain, first half. Ball popped up, player spinning around, couldn't find it in the air. Now it comes to Ordiger feet. Change fields. For Latourette, that was broken up by Kendall Stevenson. Stevenson gets one, tries to Jungi just onto the pitch. Jungi out to the left side to Schubert. Schubert gets the edge. Maybe that touch a bit too far as she tried to cross it, space closed. It goes over the goal line, and it will be a corner kick for the Mountain Lions. Get ready to enter the 4th minute. Mitzi Ramirez, set play specialist, goes to take this corner. Ramirez puts it toward far post. Mountain Lions also now with a height disadvantage with Esterly being out of the game. That was all Ordiger heads on it. Jaden Davis runs it down, I should say, near side. Gets it to the goal line, tries to keep it in, goes out for the goal kick. As Edwards comes back 2-on-2 with the Ordigers, now 3-on-4 Distributed out right side, just into the area. Samuels on the defense. That turn is by Zimmerman. Zimmerman drops it back, and now the Mountain Lions break out with 45 seconds remaining. Hinkle with it on the far side, tries to chip it ahead. Pushed into the box. Shot right on net. Mooney save, rebound. Mooney up to that task. UCCS another shot. Mooney, 3 consecutive saves. Living up to her billing as goalkeeper of the year in the RMAC. So, last-minute fireworks here at Mountain Lions Stadium. UCCS desperately trying to get back into the match. And Mooney shows her pedigree and comes up. And there's the halftime horn. And after 45 minutes of play in this 2019 RMAC Women's Championship, your score, Colorado School of Mines 2, UCCS 0. Well, all the marks started in the 38th minute. So let's tell you a little bit about what's coming up at halftime. We'll just do a quick review of the first half. We will take about a 5-minute timeout. And Commissioner Chris Graham will make his way to our broadcast position. Be back to you with around 10 minutes or so to go. And, of course, bring you the exciting conclusion to this match second half. So in the 38th minute, after a corner kick and a traffic in front, School of Mines came away with the opening goal. And then in the 42nd minute, a foul on Caitlin Esterly resulted in a PK and a Caitlin Esterly injury, and then the penalty kick by Elliott Edwards that puts School of Mines up by 2, and then in the last 30 seconds, 3 solid shots by the Mountain Lions right on net, and Shannon Mooney makes all 3 saves. So we will get ready to take a quick timeout. Once again, your halftime score, Colorado School of Mines 2, UCCS 0. You are watching the 2019 RMAC Women's Soccer Championship along the platforms of the RMAC Network, Everything Elevated.
Beat.
And welcome to Mountain Lions Stadium at halftime 2019 Championship. Colorado School of Mines, the 2 seed, is on top of the number 1 team in the nation, the UCCS Mountain Lions, by a of 2-0. In the first half, 38th minute, it was Cheney Brook traffic to notch the first goal of the afternoon. Then on the PK in the 4th minute, it was Edward who put it away at the stand 2-0. And obviously, we're unable to join us. We are a full house here. I did have a chance to be the athletic director at halftime. Parking at a premium all around the stadium, full stand, because of this game and the quality side that you see with the number 1 team in the nation. But that distinction is at serious risk right now, being down by a pair of goals. And let's take certainty from doing some of the math. Both squads will be in the NCAA tournament. The real question is who is going to get a chance to host. And is the quality of play today by the Ore Diggers enough to catapult them from the number 3 position, which would force them on the road, into a hosting position? Now, having something to say about that is Dallas Baptist. Dallas Baptist will be playing for the Lone Star Conference Championship tomorrow against St. Edwards. St. Edwards came into this week out of the mix in bracketology. But they get themselves right back into the hunt, especially if they're able to upset Baptist. Baptist has 2 draws and no losses on season. So if the result here holds, the big question for the selection committee is UCCS's 1 loss better or worse than the 2 ties by Dallas Baptist if Dallas Baptist holds and finds out? Now, quick math, and already started to use inside the second half. The clock will be a friend of the Ore Diggers. Mooney with 3 saves in that first half, all 3 of them coming in the final 30 seconds as the Mountain Lions start the goal but could get the breakthrough. And UCCS in white heading right, and Lanham is foul and protested too much, and she earns the card. So in number 47, Kelsey Lanham issued a card. A spirited crowd here today at the Ore Diggers look for the upset. All number 18 in the nation, looking to climb that ladder, but more importantly, seeing if they can earn a home match. So it's a little bit about bracketology. By my math, and this is just me, I'm not talking to anybody on the committee about this, just doing some of my own math after our conference results last night and laying out the very possibilities with the 4 teams remaining. I'm showing that School of Mines, UCCS, Dallas Baptist are pretty much the center on net, and Molly Swift able to clean that up. I show that School of Mines, UCCS, and Dallas Baptist are pretty much locked into numbers 1 through 3 positions. It's just going to be a matter of who they do. Dallas Baptist holds seed and wins their match tomorrow. It's a near certainty they get one of the top seeds of the NCAAs next week. The Mountain have a chance to be a 1-2 seed regardless of the result here because of their body of work being undefeated in the match. But don't know to what effect the injury could have as you lose one of your top defenders, and also depending on how the Mountain Lions look. I would think, this is pure speculation, the Mountain Lions have a good show here in the second half against Mines to keep the possibility of a 1-2 seed. If the Ore continue to dominate as they have in the last 15 minutes of play, UCCS could find themselves dropping from a 1-3 seed and be on the road. I also show Texas Women's. They were the number 4 seed coming into this delay as for a ball to come back into play. Now when we get back action, it'll be a restart from just inside their defense and by the Ore Diggers. I'm showing Texas is pretty much locked in at the 4 seed regardless of the results as UCCS pushes it out of touch but a deflection, so they get throw. And then the real challenge is going to be in the 5 and 6 seeds. It's Dixie State, St. Edwards, and Westminster. 2 of those 3 teams will be in the show. There's a trip coming out of traffic. No whistle. Or if there was the whistle, we couldn't hear it, and it was a quick restart. Regardless, it's a UCCS possession as they come up side. Sanders gets a quick throw into Mills. Mills spins, taking off stride for a moment. Now tries to up the right up again. As you see, Ore Digger getting a lot of bodies to protect this 2-goal lead. And then Lanham sends out. No there. So should St. Edwards pull the upset tomorrow, it will be either Dixie State or Westminster would be out of luck because St. Edwards with the automatic bid, Dallas Baptist has more than enough by the season to get into the regional. So an upset tomorrow by St. Edwards would hurt us either Dixie State or Westminster. And if this particular result were to defeat Westminster in the final 1-0, so that would put them in 4th place if this result holds in the RMAC playoffs, so that would probably help Dixie State holding the 5 position, and it was Lubbock, Christian, and Westminster a neck-and-neck tie. I'm trying to get on traffic from the Diggers are able to clear that up. That's onto the foot of Brugman. Brugman distributes far side for La Tourette. That's knocked by Kinsey. But with Dixie State just barely ahead of Westminster, and then Westminster was ahead of Lubbock Christian, the loss look to possibly be out of the mix. And that shot goes well wide. So what you have is really Westminster, Dixie State, and St. Edwards vying for 2 out of the last 3 positions. So that's all coming up Monday night on the NCAA Selection Show, 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And here out in the stadium, the crowd quiet UCCS as we are into the 52nd minute. UCCS trails by a pair. Clearly, the pace and the energy of this game has slowed down dramatically. That is to the Old Diggers' favor. We'd like to thank UCCS Media Services back out. And once again, we definitely thank all of those associated with the RMAC network, but all UCCS Media Services for the additional shots. We're set over here east of the field. You get this real view of the campus of University of Colorado Springs with Pikes Peak at the front range environment. And I heard a little fun fact earlier today before the match that the views of the front range from UCCS, it is the nation. Now, that scrum is Mitzi Ramirez. Schubert trying to near side. She was 1-1. Seller, and Schubert just puts it out of play. One of the interesting things that you see with this Ordigger backline, Nicole Barnhart, the exception is freshman on the left side, but a very experienced backline by Ordiggers and a line by the man largely made up of freshmen. So you're seeing a lot of the benefit experience from the Ordiggers as that ball goes to the foot of Zimmerman. Zimmerman has a little bit of space so she can grab it, but nobody was making the angle run through to midfield. Mills called for the foul, and UCCS can't just whistle. They're looking at the referee. Comes up in the air. And they need possession. They need and obviously the you're behind. You have to have the lead first. Gets the direct kick out of that. It's Brugman over on the far side with it. Sent ahead by the Mountain Lions. Getting there first was Swagid. Broken up briefly by Mills, but stays on the feet of Ordiggers as they now go back. Jaden Davis with the ball, gets it to Schubert. Schubert drops back to Muir. Muir to Allie Samuels. She just sends a soft square pass out to Kinsey, who now tries to start it up, but that's broken up by Brugman. Brugman along the far touchline, challenged over there by Ramirez. And that'll be a UCCS throw. We are in the 57th minute, 2-0, Colorado School of Mines. Looking to punch their ticket to the NCAA playoffs for the 12th consecutive season. You know, we talk a little bit about these two schools, and oftentimes you think of Colorado School of Mines as having been around for quite a while, and this would not be good. That's La Tourette, leading scorer for the Ordiggers, holding her calf. Hopefully that's just a cramp and she'll come back. But you think of the Ordiggers and the history of Colorado School of Mines, but they've only been playing women's soccer in D2 since 2005. The Mountain Lions started their sport in 2008. So only 3 years separated programs, but school has a much, much richer history. They've only had 2 seasons, their first 2 seasons in 2005, and they've made the NCAA tournament every year since 2008. And they're looking to solidify themselves as this decade comes to an end. Tanner Sanders, quick turn. Shannon Mooney calmly saw it coming, perfectly positioned, collects it. And she'll put it back into play for the Ordiggers. Schubert just kicked that out and can go to she has already matched what UCCS was able to do the first 9. But those kind of records are not on her and her coaching staff and players' minds right now. They're trying to find a way to break through this Ordigger squad. Schubert challenged by Zimmerman. Schubert's able to stay with it enough to get the ball. Muir sends it in. Can't find Hopcroft in on the run as 3 Ordiggers were back. And the Ordiggers, nice triangle passing at midfield. And now Zimmerman breaks out, waits for runners to join. Ball is put in. Edwards knocked down. No whistle. Considered a fair shoulder charge. And Allie Samuels comes out of the pack with it. Now the official has stopped the clock, is looking to go back. One of the Ordiggers was down after that earlier shoulder-to-shoulder charge. She was slow to get up. And that's Elliot Edwards, who scored the goal on the PK. Seems to be favoring her left leg. She is most likely going to take a rest. No weight bearing on that at all. When we get back in play, we are in the 60th minute. So Colorado School of Mines has been able to hold off the Mountains for the first 15 minutes of this second half after conceding 3 quick shots at the end of the first half. Shannon Mooney up to the task on that. And even had the Mountain Lions scored, obviously that would have only cut the lead in half, but that changed momentum. Right now, I'll tell you, the speed throw are the key to where we are now. And now we're back into play. Barnhart puts it in. Coming up the far side, Ordigger lost her footing, so that'll be a UCCS throw. As we get a couple subs. Kaylee Kennedy, Chester Zimmerman, and Ella Fisher, award winner for the RMAC in this tournament. On the field. UCCS now with the front of their own bench. Bregman got boot on it, then it's touched out by Ramirez, and that'll be a throw for the Ordigger. That comes into Edwards. Stayed out there. Edwards trying to make the turn. Get it to the 18. Can't control it. Trailing and taking the shot was torn. I think that was. And now it comes back onto the feet of the Mountain Lion. They try to counter. But a wall of blue bodies. But Kelsey Lanham stays with it. Runs through. Slots it ahead for Sanders. One-on-one. Takes the shot. That's off of Barnhart. Sanders stays with it. 62nd minute. 2-0, Colorado School of Mines. Looking to claim their 8th title in the last 9 seasons and solidify themselves as the RMAC women's soccer team of the decade. That's really not an official word. That sounds good, doesn't it? We play round 1 and 2 matches, and just for those of you that are relatively new, but let's see what materializes here first. Lanham first gets through Sawagid. The ball is loose. Sawagid gets in the way of it. Tanner Sanders tries to chip it over while being held by Sawagid. Not enough to earn a whistle. Out to Ramirez. Ramirez tries to make a move on top against Brugman. Drops it back, so Ordiggers win that scrum. Even though they don't have possession, they put UCCS back to a neutral position. Now Mills comes in, crosses right along the goal line, and Mooney there to easily pick it up. But in the regional first round, the 4 and 5 seeds of the region travel to the number 1 seed. 4 and 5 seeds will play Friday. 1 seed gets the bye and plays the winner of 4-5 next Sunday. The number 2 seed hosts, and coming into their facility are the number 3 and 6 seeds. Foot race, Muir gets there first. Broken up by Stellar, and before the foul, she goes down, so UCCS will have a direct. It's the 4th minute. All that's stands between the Ore Diggers and an automatic bid, and will the effort here be enough to get them from the number 3 seed to I as the 1 seed, and the path the NCAA Super Regional will go through Golden. White, the path to the NCAA Super Regional go through Colorado Springs. Could St. Edwards upset Dallas Baptist tomorrow in the All-Star Conference Final and possibly create a situation where the Ore Diggers and the Mountain Lion hosts? Those are all the questions that will be answered in the selection show Monday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Mountain. We are now 65th minute. Caitlin Hinkle check back in for the Mountain Lions. Hubert. If not for each of the year, Terrence Sanders is would have broken the record for all-time scoring for freshmen. Mills, nice shot. Uncle laying out. We need to stop that one. In my mind, story today. The Mountains, if that powerhouse offense can allow in these final minutes, slowed up Ella. She's back on her feet. 1 week back to action. It'll be UCS possession. Rack kick. Mitzi Ramirez. Dangerous angle, as we mentioned a couple times. She's a set play specialist. He scored from distance this season. No one playing short, so the play is on. Referee McCain. What's up? Ball toward the top of the 6. That's Freeze. Swept it right over our camera. UCCS pro Tanner Sanders right in front of us. She goes ahead to Lano. Settles it. Drop back for Sanders. Getting there first. Lano hit it off of her own player, but now the Ore Digger is able to send it up the touchline for a UCCS throw. Captain Elisa Muir with the throw-in. Sanders to get around Santa, pushes it over for Mills. Mills can't through traffic, helicopter move, gets by gain the edge, comes down right across the face, settled by the Mountain Lions, still in play, drop it to the top of the 18, shot weak, wide side. But it deflected on the way in, and Croft with it along the goal line, and that just goes out for a UCCS throw. The Ore Diggers are conceding a lot of real estate, but they're in the bend not break mode at the moment. Sanders gets a deflection off of an Ore Digger and another UCCS throw. They've had the ball down here for the better part of the last 2-3 minutes, but they still don't have the breakthrough to have the lead. Cross in, plenty of blue jerseys there. And now another clock stoppage, and I think we have a bloody nose, maybe? That's Peterson. Peterson asked to step off. I'm guessing blood. Got to get that cleaned up before she can come back into the match. And when we get back play, I'm pretty certain it was an offside ball, so it'll be an indirect. That's completed. Nope, no arm up. That was out. So kick back into play. Midfield, loose. Bregman just into the game over there on ball. CCS. It's going to leave 20 minutes. We are exactly midway through the second half. Colorado's of Mines on the strength of 2 first half goals with a 2-0 lead. That's in. Bregman tries to gain the touchline. Allie Samuels just over and knocks that out, and it'll be an Ore Digger throw. Into the field. So not that you can just like just plow bangs in, pop and down out as the shot goes over the bar. We are in the 60-minute Euro School of Mines, on the verge of the upset, the number 1 team. But from the Mines' perspective, much of an upset at all. As we mentioned early on, they have never lost. They are 7-0 here at Liam. Meanwhile, the Mountain Lions, having never lost a playoff game on this pitch, they're 5-0. So they're at risk of having that record end. They're at risk of having their winning streak to end. They're having their unbeat come to an end. 21 beaten 13-game win streak. Who makes the move, left foot shot, right goal. Swift easily able to collect that as we are in the 70th minute now. Swift head. Big bounce, Mills. Up with Turnabin, comes to the foot of Hinkle, back out to Mills. Mills with the shot goes over the crossbar. 70th minute. Colorado School Lions. Urge of game consecutive time to the NCAA. Muir ready to take the kick, knocked off the ball. And then Muir reaches the favorite with her own, no call on either. Sun coming. Kelsey Lanham checks off. Tanner Sanders checks out. As we've mentioned, you do get a re-entry in the second half. So I'm sure Sanders is one of the leading scorers on this Mountain squad. Just a rest so that you can come in for the last 10-12 as Lanham will be looking to put on a major push at the end of the match. Try to send this game to extra time. That is going to be a tough task against this stout defense by the Ore Diggers. There was a knockdown in the box, no call. And that's the reason that a team like Mountain Lion could get right back in the game. If that type of foul is called and you have PK, suddenly the half the momentum switches. Game on. Far side for Fisher. Fisher settles it. Wants to make the move. Goes into the box. Drops it back neatly there to clean it up. That was Santa who cleaned that up. Fisher. So you're noticing this defense first philosophy of the Ore Diggers paying off. Every time it looks like the Mountain Lions might get through, another defender steps up. The Micro and Ficus defense wins championships. High protects you. It's not shot solid. Mooney with the deflection on the car. Sony against crossbar helper up. UCCS stays down by a pair. Sinead Hopcroft for the Mountain Lions, her head on it first, and it goes out for the throw-in. Hostetler to take throw for the Ore Diggers. Hostetler tried to find Higgins, couldn't. Ball comes free. Hinkle climbs the ladder to drop the ball down, but Waga there to clean that up. Now Hopcroft tries to send out the defender. That's how we get there to Bill. And Samuels now, the Mountain Lions, try to put it in, and that is broken up by Hostler. Now all just loosen the end for Mountain Lions. The Ore Diggers intent to not press. Ball forward, Hinkle, even has she gotten through, the Ore Diggers there. And now starts back with a counter of her own. That's on the far side. She hits her shot from distance with a well. It was to Kennedy. Kennedy moves into one-on-one. Muir go to ground, knock it out, conceding the corner kick. So it'll be a Colorado School of Mines kick as we are in the 70th minute. Coming over to take it, Jordan Barnhart, as she typically does. And now a whistle. Fans, perhaps. Ball loose. So apparently the Shaggers not able to get back quick enough. So Kane not wanting time be wasted. And able on that corner, runner on post. Swift easily able to step over. Swift puts it far side. That was knocked out. UCCS making a couple substitutions. Sinead Hopcroft to step off, the leading scorer for the Mountain Lions and the RMAC Player of the Year. Coaching staff will also take advantage of the re-entry opportunity to try to get her a quick rest and back in for final push. See if cut the lead and seriously have something set. Kinsey pushes it back to goalkeeper Swift and back out to Kinsey. Kinsey will try to start the attack on the signs and goal. Lamb got there first, connected off of an order out for UCCS throw. 76th minute. UCCS running up in the attacking zone. Fisher, Muir, Sandoval. Too much of a crowd, two defenders. That's deflected by Hostetler. And now the Ore Diggers momentarily had possession. kept in by Muir. Muir just puts it to the top of the 18. Trailing was Lanham, gets it ahead to Sanders. Higgins comes back, breaks that up nicely for the moment. Still UCCS possession. Muir ahead to Sandoval. Sandoval, Fisher. Fisher puts it toward the arc. Only blue jerseys there, and that's knocked away by Terrell. But back on the ball, Mountain Lions makes a move. Position under itself. Able to get it. Sanders now just square, looking to make turn. Try to slot through to Fisher. Hostetler was there, anticipated that, stuck the foot out to break it up, and now the Orediggers come back and just try to clean it up. And I think the Mountain Lions called for the foul as Hostetler was pushed off the ball. She gets up a bit slow. School of Mines puts it back into play. Sano just sends it way ahead. Swift fields gets the to Kennedy, but not Muir. Now the ball comes here. With it, sends it up to Fisher. Fisher ahead Sandoval. She shouldered off the ball by Sawagid. Counters the shoulder, and Sandoval gets it back. Sandoval, Sawagid stay on her. Now Fisher to Muir. Muir takes shot with Hopper. Now in minute number 79. Colorado School of Mines on top, 2-0. And now subs from both sides. Savannah Mills back in for the Mountain Lions. Mills, one of the starters. So I'm sure that was her rest as the coaching staff looks for the push. Foul on the Mountain Lions far side, right in front of the press box. Carolina Cedabeck is in for her first minutes of the match for the Orediggers. She wears number 15. Stepping up, Barnhart to take the direct kick. Puts it right inside the 18, chipped forward, no threat there. Molly Swift distributes it near side for Sandoval. Sandoval pushes ahead. Savannah Mills with it. Mills tried to foul. And now clock stoppage. Card coming up to the UCCS bench, I imagine. Let's see who gets this one. If it goes to Cole Orton, it would be his second one in red. So that's the second card of the match to the Mountain Lion bench. One week to play. We're just about to complete the 80th minute. Giselle Sawaged will put it into play. It's her score to protect the 2-0 lead. Now referee McCain having a discussion with Savannah Mills, trying to explain the call. Mills, hand on hips as you can see, acknowledges the conversation. Muscle goes. Cuts. Final 10 minutes of regulation. UCCS, number 1 team in the nation, down by a pair. Here that UCCS has to be careful of. If you do a little gamesmanship with the placement of the ball, all you do is cost your team. Just put it where they shot you. Those couple extra feet aren't going to matter, but the seconds do. Lanham counters with a push, getting a bit physical. Brugman on the counter looking for Kennedy, but Muir is there first. Swift. When they get into the NCAA tournament. Ball comes forward to Savannah Mills. Can't maintain control, so the Orediggers content to just put it back to the neutral area. Foul against School of Mines, so UCCS will be able to put it back into play. UCCS has not given up 2 goals all season. Now a little bit of confusion as Swift was way out of her net to put that into play. Now Swift has to retreat. A big long kick. This could be a Carly Lloyd moment. Nope, they don't take the opportunity on it. Sided back on 1, moves to the area. That goes out for a check. Oh, 84 minute clock run. Orders getting time off the clock. They have the corner. And taking right over to the corner, Emmer Peterson. We invite you to stay tuned with us after the match as the championship trophy will be awarded and the ultimate will be named. Molly Swift easily able to get that off of the corner. Punts it out. First on Diggers. And takes it back. Swift. One times it out to the and now Sanders and Muir to by Orgy. Makes it up. And as we did, Sinead Hopcroft on the rest, trying to make the final push in the final 5.5 minutes of regulation. York with a throw in. That's broken up by Hustler. And now we get the foul. Cosby Mills is hit hard. I think when we come away from this for persistent infringement, Mills. She had 6 Mills, so that's persistent infringement caution in the 85th minute. Listen to what Mills is talking about. Mills comes out of that with a bang. Mountain facing their first adversity of the season. The fans, we have to go and get on Mountain Lions a bit. And we're talking before, we'll see how the Mountain Lions respond to adversity. Their mission to start the season in the national championship. All you do is get a pass into the show. It comes up Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern for the NCAA Division II Women's Soccer Selection Show. The Tigers, great punch their ticket with the automatic bid. They're just 5 minutes and 20 seconds late. UCCS puts a number for counterattack. And that ball goes down. The fans are ready to celebrate. Swift, that's ball back into play. And you may see more those in the final 5 minutes as UCCS pushes number 4. Tanner Sanders tries to make the turn. Can't. Ramirez back to Sanders. UCCS may have lost a lot more in this game. Their redshirt lead on the line down toward the end of the half would be a pretty severe injury. So may not see her. But Sawad gets over to me. Walking number right, just bounced ball, fish favorite throw. All that would be a UCS, but they had so many numbers for they body, and it's just taking time up. We're in the 87th. The Lions. The automatic bid, the set of the number 1 team, and for number 1 or 2 seeds out off here for the Tigers. Permits to throw, but from 15 seconds, see we need a lot to have against the defense. Now the Mountain push numbers down. Ali Sammy's able to shield it and get it back to her keeper. Swift sends it in center circle to Sandoval. Her first touch, not there. So the ball is loose. UCCS spend, but even 2:45 remaining. Ali Sales, Fisher, near side. Does it have done that and tries to send it back to the Orioles. Remember, right out of the corner, but only 2 jerseys there, and they'll just allow the ball to walk itself out. Take time to collect the corner. 155 seconds. All stands between the Diggers and another trip to the NCAAs. So for Diggers and Outline, there will be a lot of watching this show to know where they settle. The effort tonight been enough to keep the Mountain Lion on 1 seed position? Or did the Diggers dominate enough and third goal could settle that question? But it's not there. It's going up last minute. Midfield by the Mountain Lions. That's going to take some more in the final 75 seconds. It'll be Diggers. NCAA tournament via the automatic bid. They'll have to wait until they've done enough work to number 1 seed. The select committee is going to have a challenge. UCCS wins in bold. School lines will on the road in tournament. Are those even results? Or is it Diggers? Committee will have to stop. UCCS with 38 seconds. Last moment shot goes wide. 5 seconds. A month pass. Into receipt of the Mountain Lions. Not over. But this will miss a lot of the headlines. Final 10 seconds. You can hear it for yourself. 2019 RMAC Soccer Championship is in the books, and the 8th time in the last season. Our Hurricanes are the colors of mine or Diggers. And a bit later, 32nd by number 3. Dan Mooney stood tall in net for the Diggers. We're going to stay with you. We're going to have the announcement of the all-tournament team. I would shock if Mooney is in the all-tournament team. There's a good chance Mooney could get the AP or all of the come out. But Mooney's calling time earlier. I have the big game that I extremely injury then BK gave the Orioles 2-0 lead. But 3 consecutive saves by Mooney at the end of the first half. Vetted for Mountains from 1.5. And that will switch momentum. And we had a solid list save inside him. So Sinead Hopcroft, whether she's injured or just be covered. And these Mountains, they are going to have to figure out a way to come back and realize that while these big headlines have followed them since about the midway point of the season, those headlines will now diminish. Some of the media attempted distraction will diminish. They're still going to go to the NCAA tournament. We just don't see it in their body big enough to keep them with number 1 or 2 seed. A lot depends tomorrow on what happens with Dallas backs as they're the number 1 seed in the Lone Star, and we'll take on the number 2 seed in Edwards in the Lone Star Championship tomorrow. That's why it's the big play. Yeah, great. We're going to replay it here. The Sanders of the they've known in that second, or that the first one was the read. It's just six the layup, forward save. You can see moving one second step middle to keep it over the touchline or over the goal line. The table being set up midfield. Pitcher Chris Graham there is ordered, ready to be awarded. He takes bring the 2019 RMAC Soccer Champs enemy turf. The Mountain Lions are huddled up after the dash around to his productive very clear. The Mountain Lions now to 19-1-0 on season. The only minutes that they trail have been the Oreggers. Trail for 34 minutes. In the Rizash and Joel in the opening of the second half, and it's just the now the game is right about the win and ball to the last ball yes the ones for Gabriella Gamboa from MSU Denver gets one of the non-finalist all-tournament team slots. And goalkeeper Hillary Wexler from Westminster gets another semifinalist nod. Lindsay Tornabin named to the RMAC All-Star team. Freshman for UCCS also named the team. Hinkle had a game-winning goal against Westminster in that win. Created the attack. She did not get an assist on the goal, but she was able to gain the edge and draw it back. La Tourette, not surprisingly, on the all-tournament team. La Tourette, she is the fourth all-time in goals and points for the Ore Diggers. She will end her career with 4-3 as wide. All named the alternate team for the Mountain Lions. And they're shortly coming up on the and Giselle Salagad also on the all-tournament team. And I can pretty much guarantee you now who our MVP is going to be. It's going to be goalkeeper Shannon Mooney. May have just heard from the stands. She's in back. Tournament MVP. She is best all in history for soccer. And she will take the NCAA tournament with a 2-0 win over UCCS. You have been watching the finals of the 2019 RMAC Women's Soccer Championship across the various platforms of the RMAC network. Everything elevated. Good afternoon.